Full-time RVing definitely has its ups and downs. Sometimes it's going great, and sometimes things are just falling apart. We still love RVing, but things are definitely falling apart.
You were going under that 14-foot clearance.
I wasn't super nervous, but I was just more aware. As a 13.4, 13.6, 6 inches. I mean, those truckers sometimes have 6-8 inches below them, but it's still tight. It's still tight. And you just never know. You never know. Like, did you blow up the tires just like this much more? In all honesty, it's fine, but you still have that as an RVer, just a little bit more of a...
Yeah, kind of holding your breath. Like, is the AC gonna fall off?
I hope I make it. I hope I make it.
It's been a month that we've been on the road with season 4, and it's kind of surprising how much stuff is falling apart in this RV. All the exit stickers are coming off.
Closet door latch is broken. Shower bracket's broken. Shower head's leaking, hose is leaking.
The no carpet floor is coming up. The frame is splitting. You can see the gap over here too.
Slide needs adjusting. Surprisingly, the screws are coming off. This door has shook so much that the screws are loose. So we did have some issues initially with the holes being partially stripped. When they initially put the screws in, they may not have just used a regular Phillips head screwdriver. They may have actually just drilled it in with a regular drill, and that might have stripped the wood. I'm having to take a little bit of epoxy. I'm going to take off these little brackets right here, put a little epoxy in there, see if I can seal it up. I might even potentially move it to the side a little bit, depending on how well the Gorilla Glue works. So I'm using Gorilla Glue. That seems probably the best for the wood. And then we'll seal these up. I'll re-screw them in. We'll see how long they last, but I may have to move it just a little bit to the side to be able to fix this. But just goes to show you, just no matter what, you go down the road, even if it doesn't seem that bad, it takes a toll on your RV.
Plus, we're still having issues with the slide topper not going in. We spent the weekend in a small town in Montana visiting family. Now we have a quick stop right before we head to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. We made it to our next campground, and I'm sitting here doing laundry. And the closet doors are still off. They're sitting on the bed because Ryan still has to fix those so that they hang properly. And I noticed that the little shelf that the washer sits on is bent. It's not straight anymore. It's bent. And I kind of wondered how that was going to go because it's kind of a thin ledge to support a washer, especially a washer that, bounces when it's going through the spin cycle and everything. So it's kind of disappointing because the RV manufacturer set up the washer and dryer to go in this area specifically. It's not like we determined that and we, picked a bad spot. We did what they wanted, and it's not strong enough to hold a washer. Lots of stuff going wrong with the RV. And like I said, we're only 1 month into this trip. Okay, bought some wood. Stuffed it under there. We're going to run a load and see how it does. That shelf looks much better now. It's not bowing down anymore. Theodore Roosevelt National Park. And this campground opens up to booking 6 months in advance. But Cottonwood Campground only allows the odd numbers to be booked in advance. Juniper Campground, which is the northern campground, is all first come, first served. And then the even numbers for Cottonwood are first come, first served. So we booked the last site that was available because of a time confusion. Long story. Anyway, all that was left was site number 5. So we're like, okay, we'll book it. And then we read some of the reviews and everyone hates site number 5. And we're like, oh man, that's all they had though. So as you can see, there's this tree branch right above my head. It goes across site number 5. So you can't actually, it's a pull through site, but you can't actually pull through the site unless you're really, really short, because you will hit on this tree branch. Let me show you the other reason that people don't like site number 5. Here's the site, and there's the bathhouse. So people literally have to walk through your site to get to the bathhouse. There's not even a walkway or anything for people to get to the bathhouse. It goes right through the site. Yes, we moved a picnic table right there. So here's the site, and then here is the paved area to get to the bathhouse. There's also a trash can right by our site that attracts a lot of flies. It's about the 3rd week in May, and there's already a lot of bugs that are out buzzing around. So another downside about the site. The dogs are keeping a close eye on everyone that walks by. And then strange people start coming through the woods. Oh, he forgot the gas can.
One thing I had to grab was the gas can to fill up the generator. So I had to park over there so I don't have to go all the way around again, because it's slow going around.
It's a one-way loop.
Up the gas can.
Who comes to Theodore Roosevelt National Park to clean their windows? First night in Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and we decided we were going to catch a sunset. So we're heading over to Skyline Drive. We've already seen bison in the campground. We were warned that they would show up there, and they're there. It's dinner time.
Sure enough, They made it.
And there's turkey over there. We've seen those as well. And side note for everyone, Cottonwood Campground does not have a dump station. The city of Medora does, and Juniper does, but the south end does not.
So your options are going to be either Medora, there's a campground down next to the visitor center in the south end, or obviously go to Juniper. Juniper does seem to be less busy than Cottonwood, but and you're going to get your dump station there, but Cottonwood seems to be the better place to be able to see a lot of the wildlife kind of going through the campground. If that's
and there's
what
more and there's more to do at the south end. So, when we looked at the north, there were only a handful of things that were interesting. So we're like, let's stay in the south.
Or you could do both. You could stay in the Cottonwood Campground and then go to the Juniper and dump on your way out. And that could work too.
It's like 89 miles, right?
Yeah. It's a good ways.
Both the north and the south unit have their own scenic loop, so that's what we're going to do today for the south unit. We're not driving all the way up to the north. So this is a, what do we figure, 24-mile down and back.
Yeah, so normally it would be an entire loop around, but they're doing some construction, so yeah, one way. a nice little hike up the wind.
Let me get out the app that I saved for offline use. The Wind Canyon Trail.
Great views over here.
It's a butte. So in the Badlands, they're not mountains, they're buttes.
It is a butte.
It really is. It's gorgeous out here.
Not that much traffic going on around here. Just a few cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect time to come to a national park.
Night and day difference from Yellowstone as far as the busyness and the weather, really. So.
And most of these trails that are on the scenic loop are pretty short. So they're easy, little quick step out of the car, go quarter, half mile, and then get back in and continue your scenic loop.
And what you can do, like this one where we're at right now, which is the Boy Court Trail.
Yeah.
So it's paved for like 0.2 miles, but then it keeps going through like the dirt. So if you want to do a little longer, you can. If you don't, or you're not able to, you need that paved trail, then you can just turn around and do the short one.
I'd recommend to go the little longer route.
Yeah.
The view is amazing.
Yeah.
Ange.
Yes? That is illegal. Every page of the app says picking flowers or picking up something, objects, anything is illegal. Sitting on his butt.
Oh, he's chasing me.
We found another reason not to stay at site number 5. They're pumping out the bathrooms right now, and it smells horrible. 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 And they said they do this once a month. And I was like, we're here 3 nights. And this is the time that they pump. They pump the dump.
Is the Painted Canyon Trail, and it's drizzling. It's not that bad.
It's windy.
It's a little windy.
Cold. The bison are right up there behind us. They might be following us down the trail in a minute.
Can you tell that she's a little cold? Just a little bit.
This is insane. Well, the water made it worse. Once the rain came down and then the wind's hitting you, it's like, whew.
All right, let's do it.
So the people go this way, the bison go this way. Despite the hiccups with the RV and the not so great campsites we occasionally stumble across, we still enjoy RVing. We know things won't be perfect all the time, and we really do have more good times than bad. We just want to share with you the honest side of full timing. Anyone can make it look glamorous. We just want to show you that things break, tires go flat, and sanitation suckers can show up next to your sites. But it all makes for great stories after the fact. There's our trail. It's all fun and games until you remember you have to climb up out of that canyon.
It's not that bad. It's a little bit of a hike, but water would have been nice. Luckily it's back in the truck.
Yeah.
Gorgeous views. Again, nice.
And it's just under a mile, so not horrible. And the rain stopped.
Told you it would. So we've gotten the first one of the season. Tick season has begun.
We're at Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. So it's time for a new sticker. Oh, near perfect. It's looking more colorful every day.
Now there's a hole.
Oh, now there's a hole. Oh. Don't worry. Just give us a few more days. We'll fill it in. Sad to say that we found another one. And he is deceased. I mean, he's deceased now. He was crawling across the wall when we found him. Bring your bug spray, your tick repellent when you're in North Dakota.
You know, I am kind of shocked. The northern point, Juniper, as we said before, does have a dump site, and that's somewhere around 80 miles away, which is not just down the road like Medora Campground is, where you can be able to dump. So they do have a dump station, but Cottonwood again does not have a dump station, and again, it's kind of shocking for them not at least having a dump station, just because of where it's located. The host sites have dumps. You know, they're working on showers. They're finishing off new bathhouses that have showers. So you would have thought, and hopefully that is one of those additions they're going to put in. So we'll see.